Big Z Reviews. Oddity is a new indie horror film from writer and director Damian McCarthy. And this is like his second film after his amazing Caveat. And it's both from Shudder, and both like filmed in like an old house in Ireland. And they're both like amazingly creative and weird and films that it's just I really enjoyed it.
Could you open the door?
What do you want?
You're in trouble.
What?
Would you just open the door? I am telling you that there is someone in there with you.
"2024 has been a pretty good year for horror, and it's funny that like the Long Legs had like a much bigger like wide audience than I would have expected for how weird the movie is and how like not actually scary the movie is. Like it's horrifying and it stays with you, but like the more standard style of horror, I feel like Oddity could have had like a much bigger hit if they'd put more money behind the advertising for it, because like I really enjoyed it, but at the same time I was only able to see it in theaters because I was traveling 2 hours away to see Deadpool in IMAX 3D, and they had it at 10 o'clock at night. So I watched Twisters in between and watched a Deadpool at 4, and I watched Oddity at 10 o'clock at night, and I really loved it but it was like it's one of the scariest films I've seen in a while, and that's just because like so many movies, especially like the Blumhouse movies now lately, like the jump scares or like the fake jump scares, and like they're so coming from a mile away and they aren't actually scary. But in this one, Damian McCarthy, what he did, like there are genuine scares and they're actually something scary. And it's actually like it's not there's no fake jump scare. When you have a jump scare, they don't blare at you and they don't startle you. It's actually something that's scary and that it gets you. And like there's some really creative stuff, and like I love what he does with the characters. Like I loved Carolyn Bracken. Like she plays like a dual role as like a pair of twin sisters. Although one sister is kind of like normal, and the other sister is a blind medium, and like she wears gloves, and she runs this antique shop that's like full of cursed objects, and like when she touches an object, she can see like everything about it, what happened, like horrible events happen while they're wearing it or they're around it, like she can witness them for herself. And like there's like her character is so cool. That's why the one thing I hate that like Damian McCarthy, he doesn't seem interested in doing like doing the same thing twice. But I would love to see her character solve another murder. But she has this wooden golem that was like given to her mother by a witch, and that like and like but like at the beginning of the film, like the filmmaking of it is so interesting. But they do this thing like you see her twin sister, like she's at this, they're fixing up this Irish mansion that's kind of like a way they don't have like hardly any cell service, but like and they're just in the early processes of fixing it up. But like her husband is a psychologist that works at like a mental home, like a home for mental patients, and that like so she's there alone, and she sees out like she goes to her car for something, and she comes back in, and then she thinks something's odd, and then someone knocks at the door, and she opens up the peephole, and they sees this guy with like a fake eye, and it's look really kind of scary, but he's telling her, while you're in your car, I saw someone go in your house. You have to come out. Just come. We have to go call the police. We have to get out here. You have to get out. You cannot stay in the house. And she's like, but this guy saying that is like, he just wants me to open the door and then he's gonna kill me. but like he's so honest. And like the actor was Tag Murphy, but he was like so cool. Like he's like how he was so earnest, but he also looks so weird that you can see Carolyn Bracken, like she was like, I don't know, but then like she was like, well, maybe he's right. And then you see her about to maybe open the door, and then it jumps like a year in the future, and you see the husband taking, like you see another scene and with someone at a mental home being like brutally murdered by something. Then you see the doctor taking the guy, like taking something that belonged to who's to the murderer of his wife, to Caitlin Bracken, to, and she picks it up and she can see everything that happened, and she is gonna solve the murder and bring justice for her sister. And like and what you have is like it definitely is a slow burn at times, but like the wooden doll, the wooden golem, is so weird and creepy, and it's so like Carolyn Bracken I loved her in this role, like a dual role, but like you get to see her like play with these people, like, and at first time you don't know exactly what happened. You just know that her sister was murdered, and you know what, like, and you see what they do play, like once you see things get revealed, and then you see what actually happened, like how they do that, how they play with your misconceptions and what you think might happen, and what did happen. Everything they do is so well done. And I love like one of the main villains is like he's like an orderly at the mental home. It's played by Steve Wall, and he has like the perfect villain face. Like, he has a thing like where the cheekbones, where it's like you can see his skull, like it's almost like skeletal, like, but he's like so evil looking. Like it's, I don't know how, like I do love when like foreign films or other like smaller indie films, when you get better actors than you'll have in bigger films, but just they just haven't been able to have their breaking role. Because every actor in this, from the smaller parts to the big parts, are so perfect and so believable in their roles, and like, and it's the writing is so creative, in these conversations that the people are having, like like she's like, she wants to stay at the house. It's the anniversary of her sister's death, and then like she's like, but she knows what happens, but she's trying to bring justice. But like, you don't know, like as an audience member, you don't know what happened, but she obviously knows what happened because she's a medium and she's a psychic. So she just but she's trying to bring justice for her sister's murder, and like, and but like the people, or whoever did it, won't be happy about that, and they don't want things poking into things. But at the same time, it's like she brings this giant wooden figure, this giant golem, as a gift for the husband, and it's like, oh, thank you so much for this gift. And like it gets so awkward, and too like the scary moments, like when the doll is like moving, and like with like the girlfriend is of course there's the husband, the widower, has a new girlfriend, and I don't know, it might even be a fiance a year later, played by Carolyn Menton, and she's like it's the conversations between her and Carolyn Bracken are so interesting, because like she's a weirdo, but like but she's also like knows way too much. And Carolyn Bracken has also been seeing things in this house, like maybe the ghost of the sister, and she doesn't like staying there alone. So like there's like so many interesting moments and playing with different things, and I can't wait to see what this director does next. Like, I hope he keeps getting a bigger budget and keeps doing creative original stories. So I'd probably give this like a 9 out of 10, 9.25 out of 10. I would highly recommend it. Like, you probably won't be able to find it anywhere right now, but it should be coming out on Shudder pretty soon. Like, and so when it is, available on digital, I really recommend checking it out. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.